What's good, fam? Man, we back, baby. Hey, we having a blast out here. And I wish y'all was here with your boy. We getting it in and we having fun, but it ain't the same without y'all. It ain't the same without y'all. Don't worry. One day y'all gonna come out here, go on vacation with us somewhere. don't worry. I'll do the logistics. I know y'all good at logistics. That's why we're here, because y'all good at logistics. I'll handle logistics for you. We'll figure something out for the future. But man, it's crazy because that part about being intentional is real. Because when I say intentionality is what makes success, let's just say I've been doing one-on-ones, and the last one was at like midnight. Because where I'm at right now, y'all, it's like 8 in the morning for me. Your boy been rocking early. And if y'all ain't figured it out by now, because I know a lot of y'all been watching the stories, y'all been watching the reels, y'all on all the platforms. We over in Bangkok, Thailand. See, I told y'all I owe somebody a conversation, because I have to go back through the live and watch. When y'all told my wife to go to Japan or something like that, y'all owe half on this trip. Because after you start talking Japan and stuff, the wheels got the turning. Now, next thing we know, we all the way over here in Thailand. Oh, Asia. And it's nice, fam. I can't lie. It is nice. But yeah, we're going to have a little fun tonight. Because the whole purpose of the night, we're finna break down them goals and objectives. Now, there's multiple parts to this. So it's going to be broken down over the next couple of lives. Because, the goals and objectives is just like the surface level, like the top layer, but then it breaks down into strategic, financial, and operational. And I know y'all, fam. Y'all like me. We the same. We definitely want to get to that financial part. Because, hey, that's what makes you set up where you can have that exit strategy. That's what helps set up that retirement. We know pay the bills and all that great jazz, but we know that exit plan is the thing, that retirement, just kick your feet up, not have to work all day, that rat race we talk about sometimes. So yeah, we're gonna dive in that over the next couple of weeks. But tonight, in order to build the framework of the goals and objectives for your business, we know we predominantly talk about cargo van, and it just kind of spreads out across different businesses if you have that. But I want you to keep one thing in mind, because I just kind of mentioned that's that exit plan, that retirement plan. Goals and strategies don't necessarily mean just for business. You have to kind of create them for your life. Remember, we've been talking about this for many, many videos. When I say personal development, professional development, business development, however you want to say it, but it all goes hand in hand. Because if your goal, now don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking nobody. If your goal is to just work, and don't worry about your personal life, you don't care about retirement, you don't care about an exit strategy to set yourself up for future, you don't care about taking your family and traveling, I'm not talking to you. You can stick on the professional development and business development all day long, and you ain't got to worry about retirement. But goals and objectives for those of us that want to have that exit strategy and shut down plan and retire and take the family all over the place, just do fun things, not just work. Tonight, as we get started, because even though we talked about the vision, mission, and capability statements, all the statements, we've been talking the last couple of weeks. I wanted y'all to start applying that to y'all life as well. Don't just make this plan just about business, because then it turns you into just the worker, and you never set yourself up for when it's all done and you got to get out the van, out the kitchen if you're a cook, or out the classroom if you're a teacher, out the construction site if you're a builder, whatever it is. I want you to get to that point in your life where you can enjoy it, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're going to dive into this. Before we get to diving, because the comments is coming in, and y'all know I like to talk to the fam. I talk to y'all all day long. We'll be not forgot about all the stuff we supposed to be talking about, but I gotta holler at y'all because y'all coming in this day. Oh, what's up, Cole? What's up, baby? Happy snowy Sunday, fam. I know it's snowing where you at. Hope everyone, especially the Midwest crew, is relaxing, staying in the safe. BG, we hope you're enjoying that timely vacation. I am enjoying it. Y'all thought it was just funny. So it sounds crazy because doing what we're doing, y'all have heard that saying, when you're doing what you love and never feel like you're working. I'm here to say, like, I'm gonna use myself for example when we talk about the goals and the strategies. Now, don't get me wrong. I told y'all before, part of that goals and strategy was not mine. It was, thank goodness I had a good support system. Because that 20-year military career, man, for one, I almost didn't go. And a couple of times I was like, I'm done. But I had a good support system. Mainly my daddy kept his foot on my neck. And because of that, now we here now, and it's like when you see certain aspects of life, like we talking about Thailand and all that stuff, and because my family we gonna make videos. I ain't even gonna talk about that. That's gonna be another videos. When you see certain things, and I know many of y'all have been traveling and lived a great life and all that, but there's people out there, and y'all probably know some of them. That's why I be like telling y'all share videos and reach out to other people. Because some people out there really have a different type of life. It's a little harder. They don't have help. They don't have the backing, the support system. Though, besides y'all, because I want to reach y'all too, fam, because y'all get it. But think of outside of it. Remember, I tell you, it ain't no box. Think outside the box, there is no box. The goal is to help reach as many people as we can to help them live whatever that life is they want to live. I don't know everybody's circumstances, whatever that life is, whether it be financial, whether it be freedom, whether it be family, fitness, faith, I don't matter, because all the stuff we talk about applies to everything. But we'll go down that rabbit hole a whole nother day. What up, Green? I hope everybody's staying warm too. Y'all already got on me now. I told y'all when the weather came, I already knew we was going on vacation a couple days before. I wasn't even watching the weather because I knew I wasn't going nowhere. And so y'all already been on me talking about that boy saw the snow coming and got up out of there like the old governor. I promise you, I didn't know it was coming, but I had to. God knew what he was doing. The transporter, what's up, baby, in the building? What's going on, fam? Yeah, we all say it would stay up there. It just went up there and went away. Come on, computer. Hey, I ain't got my normal setup, so y'all got to bear with me a little bit. Let's see. Where did it go? Let's see if it's going to come back. What is going on? Let's see if I can make this thing work. Yo, what it do, fam? The Quicks is in here and they cold. Hey, fam, I know y'all cold out there. Let's see what's going on here. That one don't come up. I'm gonna figure this out. The little clicker don't act like it wanna work. Hey, Quicks, we just wet, not really cold, so it ain't raining out there. It ain't snowing where yet. It's just a little rain. Okay. Let's see here. Well, these comments is moving slow. I don't know if it's me, because y'all know your boy, I be moving slow sometimes. We all say, fam, what's that what they say? Hey, auntie. That's my auntie, y'all. That's my auntie. Fam is literally in the building. Got Rich, what's going on, fam? What's going on? The Quicks love the search beat. Don't worry. I ain't gonna let y'all down. Some people already hit me up. I'm gonna make sure they get uploaded to the site probably around the 1st of February. I'll make sure they get on the site. Because we all got to be out here walking around looking good together. Oh, I got a surprise for y'all. Don't nobody know about it. 2 people know a piece of it, but they don't know the whole thing. That's a whole nother video. Because we're going to talk about some business. We're going to talk about that network, but that's a whole nother video. I love it. Fam, just saying what's up to everybody. What's up? My exit is brokerage. Run some posts on. I told you it's different for everybody, and I love it. Don't worry. I got something special for you, Rich. We're going to get there. It might be, I'm not even going to lie. It's probably going to be towards the end of the 3rd, 4th quarter when we start tackling into that. Yeah, don't worry about it. Because we're going to talk about these exit strategies. I want to help everybody, whatever it may look like. And I got something just for you, Rich. Fam, speaking to each other. I love it. Y'all getting the snow bags. I like that, snow bags. I like that. What's going on, fam? What's going on? Man, I love when y'all in here. The Quick say, ain't no snow bags too much. I told y'all, some of us are exactly the same. Your boy is a storm runner. I don't chase the weather. I run from it. I love that too. That snow bags is hilarious. Y'all better watch out. Snow bags might be on another shirt around here. You know how your boy move. Let's see here. Who else we got? Oh man, hold on. Come on. We're gonna get this thing working. This thing, I don't know if it might be the computer because I tried to use the mouse, but the table wasn't working. I don't know. It maybe been the mouse. Got messed up in transit. I damaged the equipment. Do you know we supposed to take care of the freight? But maybe I wasn't flying the plane, so I don't know if I blame myself. Oh man. So let's see if we can get these comments to keep popping up, because man, it was Jay Harv that mentions Japan. So he's some okay. See, yes, Jay Harv. Now you owe me in the family a couple of kicks talking about going to Japan. Oh man, y'all got me laughing up in here early in the morning. I know it's nighttime for y'all, but it's early in the morning for me. Let's see here. Let's see. Where's we at? We're gonna get this thing to work. What's going on? Trailblazer is in the building. Let's see, Magra's in the building. Blessed Sunday evening, everyone. BGN fam, be glad that you did a Ted Cruz and got out of Dodge. Hope that you're enjoying your vacation. We appreciate the live tonight, and everyone. Hey fam, I told you we're being more intentional this year. The Quicks are holding me accountable. I made that comment on their post. If y'all know what I'm talking about, I made it on their post on TikTok. So you got it. I ain't even gonna tell you which one. You should already be liking and sharing everybody's stuff. So you need to go figure out which one it was so you can make what you doing for 2026. So that's part of my accountability. We accountability partners. I be doing that. Y'all know what that mean? I just achieved the operational objective. I'm now 20 foot long and 102 inches wide with chicken lights all the way down the side. Yes, sir. Man, y'all don't know how happy that be making me. This is it. You know what? I'm gonna give a little secret. I'm gonna give a little secret. So, because you think, boy, we out here having fun, but I told you we intentional with the grind. I just finished the cargo van book, the blueprint. Just finished it yesterday. Now all I got to do now is the proofreading and the small tweaks and edits so we can get it over to production. But one of that parts of the book, because we've been talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but the book, because so many people was asking about it, because they wanted that, let's go through, and it's part of the course, whatever. But part of it is showing how you get to at the very end of that book, where it starts talking about how to transition, where you start becoming the owner. Because right now we the operator. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but we the operator, and it transitions to the owner. So it steps to that. So Louisville Cargo, I'm going to take this moment to give you your flowers. Congrats, fam. Congrats. Man, I love seeing y'all win. That's part of the shirt. Let's win together. Boy, you have went through some stuff, and you come every time you go through something, you get bigger and bigger and bigger. So yes, sir, fam. I'm loving it. I'm loving. Congrats, fam. Congrats. I'm pretty sure everybody in here finna start congrats too. Yep, the Ted Cruz. Double ups, 450 miles, easy talk. I remember this. So if y'all know what I'm talking about, Rich got a double up that Friday pickup, Monday drop off, already doubled up 1,000, a easy, that band. I remember I talked about this with y'all, that weekend pickup, that Friday pickup, Monday drop off. Or as I should say, the FPU to the MDO. That's courtesy of the Quicks. They got them acronyms with your boy. I remember acronyms. So that the FPU to the MDO. You always want that thing to have a little more weight behind it. You don't want a baby bag on those. And Rich, congrats on that one. Let's see. Thank you for all the information, fam. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. We can't win if we don't win together. It ain't fun winning by yourself. That Louisville, yep. Oh, congrats. I'm telling you, let's go. Yes, sir. Them chicken lights down the side. All right, I'm not caught up on the comments. That's why I'm going to stop it, because I'm caught up for now, because I know it's time to get to that nitty gritty. So if you haven't already, because, trying to be a little more intentional, the PDFs and all that for tonight, they already in the community post. I'm going to do a better job of making sure I post them in the community first, so that y'all already have them. You can already have your daily syllabus as we get ready to go into the live. So because I remember some of the fam was saying, like, I guess some was on the phone, not necessarily TV or something like that, that they can keep up and go along with us as we go through the different breakdowns of all the different PDFs that we do when we talk every Sunday. And so they're already in the community. Now I know some of y'all already on it. If you need to, go get another phone. Don't get off the live to go get it out the community. Get another phone. Pull up your computer. Do something. Pull that stuff up so that way you can keep track while we going. And me, because I don't have my setup with the multiple monitors, I got to trust the old handy dandy phone. So let me get myself together over here because the phone closed on me. All right, so let's jump straight off into this thing. The goals and objectives. So as you see by now, you've been watching the past few lives. We're going to break this down into segments. Remember, this is just the goals and objectives part, that top layer, so that it can start breaking you down to start looking at it from the strategic side. Then we're going next Sunday, and then the following Sunday, we're going to go into the financial piece of this. And then we're going to go in the operational piece of this. That's going to be that final Sunday to wrap up the goals and objectives. But first, when you start with the goals and objectives, you got to look at it from a big picture lens. When you first start out, don't think cargo van, because remember I told you this goes for personal and professional. Like you want to use this in your everything we do, because the way my mind works, the way my background and all that in the military, they call it the well-rounded airman. So basically you have a whole circle, and you should be able to, everything you do should encompass the whole circle. So even though we're focused on business development, this also applies to your life, because you can't get strong in one area over here and stay weak on one area over here. So you kind of want to work both angles at the same time. That's that balance you want to say. I know people say try to have balance, but since my mind works, it's all intertwined together. You want to do it all together. So that goals and objectives, the overview, you want to set the goals, which are basically and you'll start to notice certain similarities as we break this down. Your goals are like your big picture, like the big picture of what you want your business or life to look like, the long-term strategy. We talk business when we say exit plan and your retirement, like the things you want for your family. So see how that goes personal, like what you do affects the other one. And then it goes down into the directional. So I'm a person, you're going to find this out real fast. If you haven't already bought the first book that we already wrote, that link's in the description as well, or Gift Seeker, if you haven't written that, your life is like a story. You hear people all the time say like it's a marathon, not a race. So when you think about a story is what? Who, what, when, where, why, and how, and all that stuff. And so it's kind of framed the same way when you start putting it all together. So your goals are your where you're trying to go, where you're trying to take your business, where you're trying to take your life. That's looking at it from the big picture. Then you have your objectives. This when you start getting down to that SMART acronym. If you don't know what SMART acronym, well, it's on the PDF. It's the specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. This is how you set up your objectives. So you have your goals and your objectives. When you break them down, which we'll break them down a little bit deeper as we go along, they have to be something that you can see. Like it got to be real specific. You know, we talk about when we pray to God, he tells you to be real specific when you're talking to him. Don't be overreaching and broad. And it has to be something that you can measure. You just can't. Remember, I tell you all the time, my dream's so big that God has to intervene. But at the same time, it has to be measuring points. We talk about a year-long thing, but we have milestones in between because you're measuring your progress. So that's what the measurable part is, because you got to be able to measure your projects in terms of reaching your ultimate goal. And then it has to be something achievable. Now, this is one achievable and realistic part of the SMART acronym. They kind of go hand in hand. That's why you see action and relevant at the same time in both of them, because I'll give you an example. Now that I'm 44, I can't just wake up in the morning and be like, you know what? I think I'm going to be an astronaut. Is that achievable? Is it realistic? Possibly, because we've seen people with billions and billions of dollars. They say they went out of space. I don't know. That's not my job to judge or figure out. But because of the requirements for NASA, I don't fit those requirements. The schooling you need, the weight, the body, the all the different stuff, the training. So that wouldn't be achievable or realistic. But if I say something like, I want my cargo van in the next 5 years to gross 500,000, that equals what? 100,000 a year that I need to make. And if I make less one year, I need to make more. It's something I can put into action because I can drive the van. It's relevant because that's part of the business plan. It's real specific and it's measurable. And because I said 5 years, that leads you to the T part of SMART that makes it time bound. Now, you're probably like, BG, that's just very simple and basic. I get it. But I told you all the time, stop overthinking it, because the stuff that you want to achieve in life, the stuff you're trying to do in life, it really doesn't require a lot of overthinking. Your life is a lot simpler than we make it, basically. We make it hard on ourselves. My whole premise is let's figure out how to make it simpler, simplify everything. That's why I'm a root cause person, because when you break it down to the root cause, these goals and objectives are really not that hard. It's just, what do you put on your back that you can't attain or can achieve or that's not realistic? That's when we start making our life harder on ourselves. Like, for example, I give you some examples. Oh, let's start with Louisville, because he has moved up to the box. Now, if Louisville was in the Sprinter van and all of a sudden he said, you know what, I love transportation so much, I don't think I want my next vehicle to be a box truck. I'm skipping box truck. I'm skipping 18-wheelers. I'm going to fly a plane. This is because we talk, fam, and we know each other. It goes back to what I just said about NASA. The schooling, the requirements to go fly a plane, yes, it's actionable. It's relevant. It's a part of transportation. It's achievable, and it's realistic. But this is where you have to do that accountability and self-reflection of yourself. Are you scared of heights? Do you want to go through the process of learning to fly a plane? Do you want to start that? Because you can, nothing's wrong with that. But I'm getting your mind to start thinking about, do you really, really want to do it? Or are you looking at somebody else say they did it? Or you're looking at the money it might bring in, but it's not part of who you are. That's like me sitting here talking business and I say all of a sudden, you know what? I'm going to start a band. BG don't want to start no band. I don't want to play no guitar. I don't want to play no drums. So you see how it goes. That's how it goes with the goals and objectives. Now, before we break in, because that's to clarify, that's just how it looks on the big screen. We big scheme of things. But before we go into the next part, I see y'all over here talking, and y'all ain't finna leave me out the conversation. Let's see here. Oh, y'all, they talking about them snow bags. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Come on. We're going to get you to work today. I don't know why you act like you don't want to click for me, but we're going to get you to work. Let's see, who is this? All right, what insurance company do you recommend? So it's not really a recommendation of an insurance company. It's based off of, because insurance companies based off of your background, not your background, your driving history, all types. Some insurance companies dives all the way into credit. It also depends on where you live at. It's so many things with insurance. I suggest to shop around. Like for me, I got Geico, but I know some people that have other insurance companies. So it's best to shop around to see which one best fits your area, where you live at, the best price for you. Just remember which way you want to go with the business, because if you're just doing regular commercial stuff, you only need for FMCSA, you only need the $300,000. But if you plan to get on like load boards and all that, the brokers want to have $1 million deductible. So you have the $1 million insurance. So you want to make sure you have that one. So that makes it, for the most part, we discussed this. It's ranging between $800 to $1,200, depending on your business. Don't hold that number. It's depending on your history. So it can be anything. Let's see here. Come on. This what's up next. Come on. Why are you being difficult with me today? And because now, if I was one of them people and we didn't start putting these comments on the board, notepad out. Cole is crazy. I got my notepad out too. We notepad buddies. Let's see here. Mr. Quick has the manual typewriter and paper. You is not gonna be telling our age around here. Because hey, I grew up in that age. There wasn't no computer. My mama used to make me, my handwriting was neat. You had to write real nice. And that typewriter, I went to the writing because I hated the typewriter, because that typewriter, Wasn't no joke. You mess up, you can only slide it back so far, put that little dot of white out on it, and try to. No. The Tight Rider don't bring me back. That brought me trauma just that fast. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see where we at. Look, thank you. Yep. We proud of you, fam. We proud of you. From what I've heard from the fam is to shop around and around different insurance companies to find the best rate for you or to get a good insurance broker. That is correct. Let's see here. Thank you, Mr. and Ms. Quick. That's for the man. We proud of you, fam. We are proud of you. Have you contacted your current insurance agent, assuming you have one? If not, then a broker who knows the industry would be a great start. Yep. I have Progressive, and it went from $670 a month to $460 after my first year in business. I'm happy for you. Hey, now that your insurance now went down, can I borrow $50? Let's see. I have a 20-foot aluminum flatbed pool by 2500 GMC Savannah with a hotel room in the back. That you right about that. That thing is beautiful. Do cookies come with that hotel? Oh man, y'all crazy. Does the company age determine insurance costs also? Yes and no. It depends on how long you've been with them and how long. Like if you just starting out the gate, you don't have nothing. Remember, it also is the company because it goes off all of your history, and then over time, your rate can go up and down depending on if something happened, depending on the market fluctuation for where you're located, all that crazy stuff. But then also remember, it's also like the Quicks just said, if you're already with a current insurance agent, for example, myself, I was already with Geico. Even though I shopped around, Geico had the better price, and then that worked out. Plus, they had an extra couple of perks in there for you, boy. Let's see here. Make sure you have enough ribbon. Y'all is crazy in here today. Oh, man. Let's see. Come on. Y'all ain't finna believe me in these comments. I'm sitting here laughing because I can see them, and I want y'all to see them too. All the free breakfast. We getting in this camping. We gonna have us that bed and breakfast and everything in there. I'm coming with y'all. Soul Prop versus Sequel. Ooh, I'm starting to think y'all was sitting here with me when I was finishing up the book. That part's in the book too. And correction tape. Y'all is crazy. Oh man, they talking about all this the bands and the insurance and everything. Did you get a military discount? Yes, on my insurance there it wasn't much. I think but it was much. I'm not even finna lie. Because a little is a lot to me, so I can't even say that. The discount, because it had multiple discounts, like for my age, the driver, the history, because I've been back and forth with Geico. I had Geico when we were stationed in Europe and Italy, so little things like were helping drop the insurance on it. So part of the military discount, when they saw it, from what I can see, if I remember correctly, it took off for like $15 or $20, which is still great. Don't get me wrong, I love it. So yes, it did give me a little bit of discount. See, 10%. So yeah, it all depends on all of that great amazingness. Now, I hope y'all can see it. My phone closed again, so let me pull mine back up. So now we're gonna go back into structuring some, because even though I want to see something, I want to remind y'all of something. Hold on. So you remember right here at the bottom when I said think goals equals destination, objectives equals GPS steps. It sounds crazy to some, because I've been telling y'all to go back and watch the videos. If y'all watched it, y'all watched it. If you ain't, this is what I'm talking about. Because when I say we've been breaking this down for the last 2 years, one of the videos at the beginning of starting this, it was truck talk, and we talked about van talk, I think it was, I can't remember, but it was about GPS, goals, purpose, strategy. Your objectives, so you have your goals, but your GPS for your business, your life, it links up to the goals you have for yourself, the purpose for what you're here for, and the strategy you're going to use to get there. That's how you get the overall. But hey, y'all got to go back and watch the video. I just wanted to throw that little nugget in there. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. So now it's time to start structuring this thing. Now, remember, I told you back when we were talking about the vision statement, the mission statement, and the values, your value statements. You can see on here we have a list of everything that you're for your business goal. It could be life goals and all that. But remember, I told you just a few minutes ago about simplifying. A lot of times we put more on our plate, more on ourselves than we should. And when it comes time to like achieving certain things, we wonder why it's so hard, why it's so difficult, because you took on more than you could at the time. It's steps. Like when we talk about people, if we say the cargo van, people that be like, oh, I'm gonna expand my fleet. If you expand your fleet at the wrong time and take on more than you can before it's time to get there, then you're gonna have problems. You run into issues, basically chaos. And so your business goals, I gave you a couple of examples. You want to establish a profitable logistics operation within the first 24 months. That is doable. You want to build strong reputation for on-time, damage-free deliveries, achieve consistent monthly cash flow, and scalable operations. That's scalable operations. That's what Louisville Cargo just showed us. He's already scaling, him and his family. Secure long-term contracts with brokers and direct shippers. That's where you see. I'll get to that in a minute. Position the business for fleet expansion or exit opportunities. We just talked about that. Some people want to expand. Some people want to build so great that they got it wrong. Exit opportunities don't mean you give up the business. It could be you selling the business. Your exit opportunity can be that you go from operator to owner to leader. Well, I'll give you an example. Think of somebody like Bill Gates. I'm gonna go extreme, so think about it. Bill Gates, he started out working and building the computers, then he got to the part he was the operator, then he was the owner, like the CEO, watching over stuff, and now he's the leader. He has options. He still has part of the company that he owns, but he's not in the day-to-day activities. He's off doing other ventures and all that. That's an exit strategy. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about your goals. It doesn't necessarily mean exit strategy. You leave the whole industry. Like we, who was, I think it was Rich. He's not leaving the industry. His goal is become drive sometime because he wants to, but at the same time, become a broker. That's his type of exit strategy. So the same thing, all of this you see lines up with your life. And when I show you, we get to the next slide, it'll make a lot more sense. Then you have your objectives. Remember, we're supposed to have SMART objectives, short-term and measurable. So your goals are the long-term, and your SMART objectives, like we've already discussed, that's when you start hitting those milestones. You're laying it out, what marks you want to hit first, like first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Remember, we talked about that when we talked about, say, what you want to make for the first year or the second year in your business. You need to know what you need to hit quarterly, what you need to hit monthly. That's when the business objectives come in. If you notice, this all goes hand in hand with your vision, your statements. It goes together. So the short-term objectives. This is the beginning. You're starting out. For most of you all, I know y'all are past this, and this is where you start, because every year you should be reevaluating your goals and objectives, because you're supposed to keep getting better and better and better, whatever that may be or whatever that looks like for you. So register the businesses and obtain all required licenses and insurance within 30 days. Acquire and fully equip one cargo van within 60 days. When they're saying equip, that's when those videos we like, what should you put in the van? You should have reflective vests, hard hats. That's those videos. Complete onboarding with at least 3 freight brokers within 90 days. This only applies to those that want to use like load boards or deal with brokers. If obviously you could run under a courier company, there might be 2 or 3 courier company members or gig apps, 2, 3 gig apps. All of this is the same thing. You just got to switch the words up. Generate 8 to 12,000 in monthly gross revenue by month 6. I know somebody out there is like, generate how much? 8 to 12 by month 6? I'm telling you right now, fam, if you've been over here rocking with us long enough, it ain't just me. The fam has already been hitting these numbers. We have fam hitting numbers of 4,000 in a week. We have fam hitting 1,500 a week. Remember, I told you, don't have to be the same thing. 1,500 a week is still 6,000. That's it. And that person hit that in like their first or second month. See what I'm saying? So it is doable, it is obtainable, because what I want you to look at it, the way I want you to look at it is you're starting out, you're not finna just run out the gate. I know some people 4,000 a week, 3,000 a week. The goal is when you get to like, it doesn't mean it's an end all be all if month 6 hits and you at 5,000. That's not the end all be all. You're still growing. These are just examples of timelines for you to hit. And maintain a 98% on-time delivery rate. I know you're probably like, BG, why do we care about that? Remember our statements. If you want to be known as the fastest, reliable, premier carrier, you got to have some type of metric to track yourself to make sure you're hitting your mark. That's how that mission statement, you got to know every single time I'm doing my best. I'm communicating clearly. I'm talking to the broker. I'm getting it to the destination on time. That's part of your goals and objectives. It all lines up, because I don't want people to think, because we see it so much, those especially the anomalies, like something just falls out the sky and you think, hey, that person succeeded in this time frame, I can too. That's not how business or life works. It takes time, but at the same time, you have to stick to the values that you set for yourself. You have to stick to the mission that you have for yourself. You have to stick to the overall statements, all the statements, capability. You know what you're capable of, and that's how you make this work. Now, your midterm objectives. Remember, short, mid, and long. It all lines up with your goals. Secure 2 to 3 direct shipper contracts. Reduce deadhead miles to under 15% of total miles driven. We did that. I will explain that when we make the video about last year's, the 2025 numbers. I was doing that everything I'm telling y'all in these things, I was doing too. Because y'all was like, BG, just go get it. Yes, I'm Mr. Go Get It. But at the same time, as the business was building, I had to, all right, I need to reduce this. I need to produce this. I need to position myself here, position myself there. I need to know when I take a load here, it's going to put me there. That's helping to reduce that deadhead miles to under 15%. We'll talk about that in a whole nother video. Maintain cost per mile below targeted threshold. Example, 75 to 90 cents a mile. Now, remember, we always talk about $1 a mile, but I tell you all the time, like, hey, if you're getting it for 90 cents, 85%, know your numbers so that way you can make your threshold. For your boy, my threshold is $1. Yeah, I will tap below if I'm in a bind, but for the most part, you need to be above $1 for your boy, because I know I'm running off the spot market. I don't have dedicated shippers. I know my direct brokers know to hook me up, and then every now and then you bless with the 25 Christmas gift, and you get to run for $3-4 a mile like we did when we ended 2025 with that $1,500 run from Arkansas to Austin. It happens. All right. Then your long-term objectives. Add 1 to 3 additional vans or owner-operators. Transition from owner-operator to fleet manager. Reach annual gross revenue of 250 plus thousand, and implement SOPs and systems to allow semi-absentee ownership. SOPs, for those that don't know, is standard operating procedures. The reason you have to have that in place, because obviously, if you're talking long term, if you want to start getting to the fleet part, if you want to get to the ownership part where you're not just the operator, you got to have standard operating procedures, because that obviously means you have people that work for you now. And everybody has to have the same system. It does no good for you to build an entire business, and when you build that business, you just have all this great reliability, on time rate, you great communication, you have all these great positive things you built, but then you don't make no SOPs, and then you hire people and they do what they want to do, and then your business starts to look badly and poorly, and you're trying to step away in the ownership or to come up with an exit plan. Some fam has already started adding on to their fleets, which is great, which is nothing wrong. Not them, but I'm saying that because we're just talking about the anomaly part of it. Don't be one of those individuals that think you have to see somebody doing something, you run out and you extend very fast before you're ready, before you're knowledgeable, before you understand. I'll give you an example. Louisville Cargo just upgraded the 20-footer. Now, I want you to understand something. If you've been here in enough lives, and enough of these lives, you would know that the knowledge that Louisville brings to the table with the fam shows how much they've been running, how much they've been learning, how much they've been implementing SOPs, building their business around their vision and statements, capability statements, so they're able to grow in that level. you see people all the time, and you kind of hear about them, and they be like, oh, they're the ones messing up the rates, and they're the ones doing bad in the industry. That's because they didn't give themselves time to grow and get to that next level because they didn't know what they were doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just over here, I don't want you to run out there, because if we're setting each other up for success, we would be doing a disservice if I sit here and I'm just cheering for you like, yeah, you got the third van or the fourth box truck, and then you come in the community and you say, hey, y'all, what does a COI stand for? I'm going to be like, oh, my goodness, we congratulating you for scaling your fleet, and you don't even know what a COI is. You see what I'm saying? Like, are you scaling your fleet and you don't even know what your CPM is? We talk about CPM, but we ain't even broke down the RPM, the rate per mile. You just hear CPM. We ain't went to, so you get what I'm saying? So it does no good for you to have a long term and you're talking about fleet and ownership, and we got to do the basics first. That's like starting first grade and then jumping straight to 12th and skipping 2nd through 10th. We don't want you to do that over here. So I know y'all been over here talking. Let me keep going. Oh, I see you, fam. I see you. Army strong. Hey, I love that. I love all y'all. I love all y'all. If anybody in the chat, is anybody in the chat abundant carrier? Is it worth it? I did my due diligence because I was thinking about becoming one. I'll give you my information that I received from the researcher courses multiple ways. Like for me, abundant carrier always comes up because down there in Texas, and it doesn't just apply to the border. It applies to airports and all types of other stuff, the ports, period, airports and all that. But certain places, it's basically saying that you're insured to go certain locations that everybody else can't go, and get close enough to certain things that everybody else can't. So you pay a little extra. So basically, it's bonded carriers you're adding. It costs a fee. It costs, I think last time I checked, it was between $2,000 to $5,000, depending on what all you wanted added onto your business. And it allows you to get loads that other people can't get. Is it worth it? It depends on your location and where you stay at. If you're not going to be one of those people that's running around to ports and border controls and airports and all that, I don't think it might not be beneficial to you. But for some people, it is, depending on the type of work you do. It's up to you, though. But yeah, if anybody in the chat got it and done it, let us know. It can be done. Yes. All the numbers that we just talked about when hitting the 250,000, hitting the 8 to 12,000 a month. I know some people are like, I'm only at 50,000 on BG. You only did 70-some thousand. Yeah, we could have did more. You know your boy. When I read the numbers when we do the video, it's gonna throw you off. But you know your boy. I'm gonna sit there at the house. I'm gonna chill. We're gonna take family time. So yes, it is doable, but especially when you start expanding your fleet. If one van can do about 100,000, a box truck can do between 150 to 200,000. It's not as hard as you think. Remember, the goals got to be so big God can intervene. Let's see. Rich, do you plan on crossing that border often? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. That's talking about the bundle carrier thing. Or moving imported goods. That goes back to the port. Let's see. I'm about to add a second truck. Hey, you better let us know when you add that thing so we can celebrate you. Congrats in advance, but you better let us know when you have it, because we want to. I'm finna get to the point. I want y'all to start sending me pictures so we can highlight these amazing things y'all do. Hey, the same way we talked about, and when we highlighted Cole, like y'all start letting your boy know, or like when we highlighted J. Cole, because J. Cole, now that we know it's you owe a couple of more cakes talking about Japan. And we got to work on getting them things in buckies. Oh, man. Yes, congrats, fam. Congrats, man. Add that second truck. Boy, I love this. I know it sounds crazy, but it's in the forefront of my mind because, like I just said earlier, literally just finished the book yesterday, and y'all are talking about stuff that I finished the book off with, and it's just great to see. Is there more money in it? Yes. There is more money in bondage stuff. Just keep in mind, and I don't know all areas. I can only speak from Texas. In Texas, I see bondage stuff come up. But then again, this is for Sprinter, like the vans. If you got box truck, it might come up more often. I only see bondage stuff in Texas when the areas I'm in come up probably once or twice a week, but they do pay. It's going to always, if you put bonded on there, it's automatically going to be over $2 a mile from Texas, the Texas point of view. I don't know about the other the other states, but I know in Texas, when you say bunded, when you almost say bunded, you almost get to write your own paycheck because you can get $3 and $4 easily. I watch it on the board. The brokers already offer it up over $2, so that means you can obviously negotiate and get more. So there is more money into it. Let's see. Grind next time. You're in Dallas. Hit me up. I don't know if they're in Dallas right now. Did I miss something? I don't know if he's in Dallas right now. Trailblazer dropping. Hey fam, we just trying to hand out all the nuggets we can. Let's see. A must if there's money and it gets much under your belt. What about an IAC? Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good one as well. Because it's more money. Remember, we talked about it in other videos. The more certifications, your capability statement, the more stuff you add on to that thing. I'm gonna come back to this comment. The more stuff that you add on to that capability statement, that's the more you get to say, you got another $50. You got, but the bigger the thing, like when we say bunded, you got another $1,000. You got another $500. The more and more and the bigger and bigger you get to add on certain things. Like, for example, we talked about Twick a long time ago, overnight holds and all that stuff. That adds little money here and there, $20, $50, $35. But the more and more and more stuff you stack on, you're able to add more. Like, for example, when you saw part of, and I think I covered it in the book, part of like getting that background cleaned up and being able to go on bases and all that stuff, military installations, that military installation stuff, because government, start giving you a taste of what that government contract is. Remember that last load we did at the end of the year last year, that was a $1,500 load to go roughly 400 some miles. Then you remember the one we picked up that went from Nebraska to, I think, Wyoming, military base. That was like a $1,200 load. So the more stuff you're able to stack up on top of that, like, it's a simple thing, clean background, know you can get on. Like, it comes when it comes time for expanding your fleet to fleet ownership, making sure your workers have clean background. That's a whole nother thing. But yes, bunded and IAC and all that adds stuff on. Loving how these objectives flow from the business goals. Fam that has financed your van. I'm curious how much you'll put down on it or what your van note is per month. So I'm gonna tell you, Nako, when it comes to putting down money, if the credit is A1, you shouldn't have to put that down. Let's start right there. Most people put stuff down because they want to get it paid out faster or want their notes, because we talk about CPM. You want your notes at a certain thing, why a certain number, while you're building so that you can maintain it. I'll give you an example. When you're starting a business, say you have another source of income coming in, whether it's a spouse or something you do on the side, and you're starting out. Say your bills are $2,000 a month, but say that source of income is bringing in $3,000 a month, just giving rough numbers. After all your bills, that means if I want to go in and start a business, just using rough numbers, this is not accurate. Say I got $1,000 left from my income that's coming in. I want to start in the van, and my insurance, when I call around, they say it's $400, $500. Obviously, I don't need a van note that's going to go over $400 or $500, because it's a simple fact. I need the rest for insurance, and that's my extra capital. That's when people put down payments, because they don't want to extend themselves too far. Even though I'm not going to lie, that's extending yourself too far. I was using that as a generic example. They don't want to extend themselves too far that if something go down, the van can't run, or they don't got a load, they still can make sure the payment is getting made, if that makes sense. Hold on. Come back. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Hit the like. Any recommendations on where to buy a good cargo van at? So it all depends on your location. I know I got mine on Thiscar, THISCAR.com. It's kind of like Carvana, but you can get vans from all over the place. You can go drive and pick them up. You can go online. Just keep in mind, know what you're looking for. Do the research to know what you're looking for. We already got a video out there that tells about the different types of van and breaks down the different types of vans. That video is on the channel as well. Do your research to know what type of van you're going after. Are you going after a used van, a new van? Covered that in the book. cargo sprint or basic cargo van like the Econoline or something, or the Sprinter or the Transit or the Roadmaster. Like it's which way you're trying to take your business. All of this means something. You have to break that down. Boy, this book, I need to get it out because I really covered all this stuff. But yeah, it all depends. It ain't really, it depends on where you're at. I know like in Texas, in Houston, I actually went to the dealership in Houston. You can go anywhere. But I went to the dealership, the one that we posted the video about, the one that's in Houston that we did. That was the one that I found that had different variations of vans. So if you just needed to go to those location to see and sit and get a feel for what the different vans feel like, look like, how you fit in them, that's all that was. But you still got to do your research to know what type of van you're looking for. I might come down to your hood and get one. Vans seem to be cheaper down there. Hey, it all depends remember, it depends about the time of year as well. Because one thing I noticed about just being from Houston all my life, and I don't know, it might work like this everywhere. Certain times of year they do sales on certain things, and certain types of year it goes up based on when people are getting into the business. Let's see. Oh, there I see it. If I can get it to come up. Hazmat pays more also. You are correct. I'm telling you, the stuff that you add on makes the money add on. Capability statement. I promise you. I know y'all get it day one, fan, but it's going to be some new people that's going to run across these videos. And I'm like, why you keep hitting on that? Because you got to go back and watch the videos. I promise you, it all lines up. Y'all ain't figured this out by now. Your boy is very strategic about how my life works. It might be the military, but at the same time, the way my mama raised me, I feel like I was in the military before I even never joined the military. I was putting hospital corners on beds at the age of 5. You had to meet my mama. So yes. So the way my life has been structured is boom, 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 boom. I'm not even finna lie. My compromise and understanding of that, it started to fluctuate when I started building, me and my wife started building a family, because I was raised like that. She was raised one way. My kids don't have to be raised like I was raised or how she was raised. They're their own individuals. What worked for me growing up might not work for them, or it might not work for my wife. So I had to tailor myself to that. But at the same time, in my mind, when it comes to the overall big picture, business or personal, it has to have timelines. Like, remember at the beginning, I'll give you an example. At the beginning of last year when we were talking, I was already telling y'all we were going on vacation in December. We only pushed it back so that we can finish out the mission that the fam we had together. So that's why we pushed it back. That's why some of the products from the books, the courses that everybody was asking for, not everybody, that people were asking for, the being able to have that community outside of YouTube, that's the only reason that got pushed back, because I had to sit down and do it. But all of that is part of the same thing. Let's see. Let me catch back up. I was wondering if they have a Bundit specific load board. I'm definitely going to look into it. I see it in LA and Texas a lot. I don't know if they have a Bundit specific, but like I said, I see the loads pop up. I meant Louisiana as well, Texas, Louisiana. But you got to remember, all the runaround I do, we down there with ports across Louisiana. It's multiple ports in Louisiana and Texas. The borders for Texas is right there. I seen it one time when I was in California. No, twice, because I saw it in Arizona too, when they were talking about Bundit. So it goes multiple directions. I didn't put anything down. I pay $660 a month. See, yeah, it all depends. Credit, what you want your note to be in, what type of van. The van price changes if you get new, used. It all makes a difference. So got to look into that, Cole. My only thing about buying a van, I wouldn't buy new again. I tell people all the time, I never suggest starting out, coming out the gate. I don't suggest anybody buying new. You're learning. You don't know which way you want to go. So, matter of fact, Rich gave you a good example. Do a government auction. They have them there as well. Let's see. Playing catch up. How do you know how much extra money to ask for when you're doing loads that require TWIC or hazmat overnight loads waiting on that book? So I can't remember the name of the videos off the top of my head, but they're over there. But over time, and this is stuff, some of the videos we started off with the fam. We was like, how much they charge for overnight load, just to get an idea. And I know some people charge between $25 to $50 depending on the situation. How to know how much to charge for I started coming up with flat numbers because part of negotiation is you have to be confident. You have to be understanding what you're doing when you're going into basically I say to the table when you're doing negotiations. So some of the things like for me, it's automatically going to be $50. Got $50, got $50, got $50, I got $25, depending on the conversation. But at the same time, it also breaks down what I think we did on the load from San Antonio to Houston, where we had the 6-hour detention time. And I explained in that video, that was like 3 or 4 videos back from San Antonio to Houston, where I broke down how I calculated coming up with the information for my detention time. So it all changes. It's different scenarios, but it's in the book, but it's also in multiple recent videos too. It's all about, but hazmat, because I don't have hazmat, so I haven't had to negotiate hazmat, so I can't give you that. But for your boy right now, the overnight hose, the tweak, the change 10, stuff like that, I'm automatically out the gate, $50. That's the minimum. Depending on the situation, it can go to 75, it can go to 100. But for me, the minimum was 50. When I started out, it was 25. I'm not gonna lie. You get an experience. I can't demand something that I haven't. Like for example, you say a tweak. I can't demand a number, and I've never been to an airport, and I don't know what to do, how to do it, because that holds up time. You lose time. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the price changes. BG just did a video on that. Check out his calculation. Most rate cons list what they pay as well. Yes, the rate cons, especially on the, what's the word I'm looking for? I just said it. When you gotta wait. I just lost the word. Detention pay. The detention pay is normally on the rate con, but if they don't put it on there, now you got to do my number. Let's see. Helpful info. Thank you. Rich government auction sound like you could save a lot, but pretty risky at the same time. Yeah, it depends. Also, where you're getting the government auction at. For example, we talking about weather. Obviously, if you're at a government auction in the base is somewhere where it snows a lot, say Wyoming, Colorado. Obviously, those vans have endured more snow versus a van in Texas, depending on the base. Might endure more rain. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things make a big difference when you're going to government auctions, especially when you're looking for a vehicle, what the wear and tear is going to be on that particular vehicle. Like, for example, if you're in Kansas, they give you the auction in the van coming from Leavenworth. The van is going to have a lot more miles because Leavenworth's in the middle of nowhere, so they have to drive the inmates back and forth to different appointments, visits, or picking them up from different bases, so that van has a lot of more mileage from wear and tear. There's some bases like the ones up in DC. Getting a government auction, it won't have as much wear and tear because they use their vans and stuff like that around the local area and the base when they're dealing with DV, the distinguished visitors. See what I'm saying? So the government auction thing can go either way depending on how you look at it in the location where you're getting it from. Thank you. Oh, to talk about the videos. I'm playing catch up. Always risky buying anything used, get an extended warranty. If anything big comes up, you just pay the deductible. And like I've told you before, if you don't, you need to find you a mechanic. Like I have a mechanic. Most people that have been in here a while, and I know this is nothing against anybody. Growing up, whatever your regular car you were using, you most likely already have a mechanic that you take it to on a regular basis, your personal vehicle. Go talk to them. Ask them, do they work on vehicles? And then make friends with them. I told you, your network determines your net worth. Because my mechanic, if I can test drive a vehicle, I bring it to him. If not, I take him to him. Take him to the vehicle. Been like that since I was a young boy. My mechanic started out with my dad with his roofing company. He had a mechanic. I remember one time a Cadillac, the transmission went out in Cleveland. Me and my boys, I only had 2 at the time. They were younger. I was on my way from Louisiana, Shreveport, back to Houston. Me and the 2 oldest. I pulled into a gas station because one of them had to use the restroom. And then when I hit reverse to bag out, transmission was shot. Couldn't even hit reverse to get out. So I had to open one door and put my foot out the driver door and push back. And then I had to hit drive and get ready to take off just to get it to go 30 to 40 miles an hour. When I put my foot out, my foot did that slide like Friday. when his foot slid across the ground in his car. My foot did that. I was like, oh man, but yeah. But we had a mechanic and drove down there, took it to the mechanic, and that weekend I thought was gonna be fun. I had to help that mechanic drop that transmission from underneath a Cadillac, 96 Cadillac Fleetwood. So yeah, you gotta have a mechanic. So take your mechanic with you if you don't have one, and if you don't got one, you got to get one. If the government or city owned it, probably was well maintained. Auction in general, you're going to save. Yes, you are. I got Car Shield. Yep. I forgot the name of that thing I got. I got something and I can't think of the name of it right now. When I remember, I'm going to tell y'all about it. What are you driving? I'm looking at the ProMaster high roof extended. That's exactly what I got. I got a ProMaster 3500 extended high roof, extended wheelbase high roof. 15 miles to go. Hey, fam, you doing it. You getting it, but stay safe. Until you get there, you not there. Stay safe, fam. Try Daflow board and see what comes up on the bundle. I have to look into that one. I never heard of that one. Appreciate that, fam. I got a van for sale in Phoenix. If you want to know where to get your van from, Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones got a van for sale in Phoenix. Nice. I forgot which one I got. I got it with the purchase of the van. Out the gate, my van had rear end issue. I waited a couple weeks and made the claim runs like a Cadillac. Hey, my box truck came out of NYC, so I'm looking for something in the South for my van. Yeah, my van came out of Phoenix. Transit 250. Yep, that's the one Mike Jones got for sale. BG, even if the tension isn't on the rate confirmation, a lot of times it's in their carrier package. That is correct. Thank you for clarifying that. I didn't even never think to mention that. When you do your carrier package, make sure you read those carrier packages. Normally, it just has the generic, put your MC, the W-9 information, and all that stuff in it. Please read that as well because it does have that information in there. I have DAF and True North. My go-to is Selectus and DAT, main loads, True Selectus, the parcels with DAT. I did not. That's good to know as well. And the quicks are asking about what about trucker tools? What about that? Playing catch up. What's good? What's good, fam? Hey, everybody in this thing. I love it. When it comes together. I was reading a lot of people in the Reddit on operator sub. They were saying DAT has limited Sprinter van loads, but you eating and we in the same market. So remember, that's part of that the negotiation thing. I don't just get loads that they put for Sprinter vans. I've learned the art of negotiating loads off of box trucks and 18-wheelers, depending on if it fits. I've talked about that in multiple videos as well about how I get the loads off of them. But basically, if it fits in the van and it doesn't have to be dock high, your boy gonna try and talk you into it. I forgot where I was picking up. I picked up a load in Nogales, Arizona. I forgot where it was going. I think it was going to Nogales, Arizona, to Olive Branch, Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. That's when I learned about the Mexican crane. It was a dock high warehouse. And the guy said, he called it the Mexican crane. The fork operator was Hispanic. And he picked it up, drove in, and dropped it down in there with straps. If we can get it in there, I'm going to negotiate it. Man. My dispatcher just offered me part of his dispatching business as a partner, so I will learn the art of dispatch. This is that part we just been talking about it. Goals and objectives. We've been talking about it. So before let me go and give y'all this last piece since we've been talking about it because I wanted to break it all the way down to where it's more readable. Because the primary part of the business goals, the primary goal is the company is to establish profitable, reliable, and scalable cargo van operations, providing expedited and last mile delivery service to freight brokers and direct shippers. This business will focus on operational efficiency, cost control, and exceptional service performance to build long-term partnerships and sustainable cash flow. What does that sound like? Sounds like a vision statement, don't it? Oh, man. And so in order to do that, you only need to put 3 to 5. You ain't got to put all these. I just was giving you an example. Achieving consistent profitability as an owner-operator within the first year of operations, building a reputation for on-time, damage-free, and and communication-driven deliveries, develop repeat broker and shipper relationships that reduce reliance and spot market freights, implementing systems and standard operating procedures that support future fleet expansion and positioning the business for long-term growth into a multi-van or managed logistics operations. If you pay attention to what I just read to you, I really just gave you the stuff that I'm already doing. Y'all have watched the business grow on this channel, and I'm actually doing all the stuff that I just wrote you. But you've seen the direct broker shipments. You've seen it. So we develop repeat broker and shipper relationships that reduce the spot market rate. You've seen them. I've gotten them. And when I got those direct shippers, you'd be like, hey, BG, you got it for $1.75. You got it. Direct shippers. Some of those military roles have been repeat military direct shippers. That's when you see them for $3, $4. You see what I'm saying? That's when you see, I'll be like, oh, I already got the Wednesday load scheduled, and it's Monday, direct shipper. Oh, I'm not going too far. You start to doing that because over time you build those things. Achieve consistent profitability as an owner operator within the first year of operations. So the first year, we was running all around. The second year, we were profitable on every single load except 5. We did 106 loads last year, and 5 of them weren't profitable. And it wasn't always due to me. 2 of them were breakdowns. One of them, because the way I do my calculations, whenever I do an oil change or tire change or something like that, I add that to the load that I just did. So it's not that I didn't profit off of that load because we already had the maintenance already done. But I replaced the maintenance out the loads. So I also subtract the maintenance out the loads, if that makes sense. So whenever I get oil changes and tires, I attach it to whatever load I'm on or finishing up. So 2 breakdowns. One of the loads wasn't profitable because off of that breakdown, I had to rent the U-Haul, the Penske truck, and a rental car. So that made the third one. And 2 of them, I got tire changes, and that took out. So even though it was 5 loads that weren't profitable out of the 106, the other 101 were all profit. So that takes care of the first one. Building a reputation of on-time, damage-free, and communication-driven deliveries. Never been late. Don't plan on making it a habit. Everything's gotten there in one piece. That's why I tell you to take pictures and record. Minifam already told you how they do it. They take pictures of everything because situations came up and they tried to get them, but they had pictures ahead of time. Implementing systems and standards, operating procedures that support future fleet expansion. Already done. If we wanted to, we can go get another van right now. That's not the goal of this family, but for you, you see it happening in real time. The last slide is where we start to focus in on, because it's that SMART part. This is when we talked about specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. First series of 6 months. Remember, I just told you, if you've been rocking with us since day one, we already hitting these numbers. Register business entity and obtain all the required operating authority, insurance, and compliance documentations prior to lunch. Did it. Acquire, inspect, and fully equip 1 cargo van for expedited and last mile freight operations. Did it. That was the video we talked about what you need. Hard hat, safety goggles, vest, steel toe boots. We've done this. We've talked about all this stuff. Complete onboarding approval with a minimum of 3 to 5 freight brokers. Those are the carrier packages. Secure consistent weekly loads through load boards and broker relationships. Right now, whenever we do rent, we averaging 3 to 4 loads a week because we don't want to overdo it. We're thinking long term. You do 5 a week, that's on you. We're doing 3 to 4 a week. We don't push it too hard because the money is going to always be there. If you want to run hard, you've seen how we ran hard. We did the 12. We did the circle in 12 days and made over $6,000. You've seen those videos. We're correlating all this. Generate 8 to 12,000 monthly gross revenue by month 6. We've been hitting that. The fam has been hitting that. Everybody's been hitting that. We got right now, Rich is on the load. We talk about 8 to 12,000 monthly gross. Friday pickup, Monday drop off, a double up for a band. He dropping off on Monday morning. That's a band. Now I only got to come up with 7 more. And Rich and Mo people have already hit $4,000 weeks. If Rich is dropping off a band on Monday, I promise you, based off how Rich run and the family runs, he's most likely gonna hit 3 to 4,000 easy this week. weather permitting. Weather permitting. Maintain an on-time delivery rate of 98%. We already discussed that. Track all expenses, revenue, and mileage using a load and expense tracking system. We have that. I'm talking about when we get this community up and running. This is a squirrel moment inside the community when we get it up and running, because I want everybody to succeed. Of course, the tracker for expenses and all that, based off what because I built it last year, but things that I learned this year, I'm going to be tweaking it throughout this year. But when we get this community open up on the outside, that's one of the things I'm going to throw in there. I'm going to throw that tracker in there. So if anybody needs it, y'all can download it and y'all can use it. I also came up with and built, I love y'all, built the cost CPM tracker. I mean, to know what your CPM is. I'm just adding stuff that from the lives and stuff we talk, I'm adding stuff that y'all are telling me, so that way the stuff that y'all utilize, y'all can just input those numbers and it calculates your CPM for you. It's already built. I'm just adding stuff to it, so that way when we put that in the community as well, y'all already see all the PDFs. Those are on the community as well. But we're going to get all this. We working, fam. We working. Midterm objectives. Reduce deadhead miles to 15% or less of a total of miles driven. I'm going to give you an example, even though it's going to be in the video. The first 6 months of last year, because we were still running around figuring out the systems, it was crazy. We like, what is that? This is crazy. We ran for like 80-something cents a mile after you take out the expenses and all. The dead, when you add up all the deadhead miles of what we made, because you know your boy was going to get it like 80-something cents a mile. But that last 6 months, because we tweaked that 15% or less of total miles driven, by knocking down that deadhead miles, we ended up running after you take in all the deadhead your boy was doing, because you know your boy was deadhead. I was putting them in different loads, but it came out to 96 or 97 cents after all the deadhead. So we jumped that thing about 10, 15 cents a mile, and that's that percent. But we'll break that number down later. Maintain a target cost per mile aligned with profitable benchmarks. That's that dollar amount we was talking about. Establishing maintenance and repair reserve fund equal to at least 3 months of operating expenses. Remember, we talked about this videos back when I told you for your boy, I said I'm getting mine 8,000. We've been at it it's actually over 8,000 now, but we've been putting stuff in over time. Secure 1 to 2 direct shipper relationships to stabilize revenue. That's up to y'all. You know your boy like direct brokers. I got like 6 of them. That's what I did, but y'all can get the direct shippers too. That's definitely in the book. Achieve consistent monthly net profit after operating expenses and reserve. We've been hitting that for a while now. When y'all thought, oh, BG, we ain't gonna get the 100,000. Your boy already knew his number. Mine is aligned with what this says: 8,000 to 12,000 a month. I was operating around, for myself, the number was 6,000 to 7,000 a month, but it could have easily been 8 to 12. Improve operational efficiency through route optimization and broker prioritization. We're doing that. Now, the long-term objective, I switched out mine and I put what I hear everybody in the fam talk about as much, because I want y'all to hit y'all success. So this is what it's like. And again, the timelines is just a time bound to help you stay on track. If something goes wrong, you don't hit it, don't drive yourself crazy. We'll break all that time stuff down in another video. Expand operation by adding additional cargo vans and contracting with owner operators. Transform from full-time driving to fleet management and dispatch oversight role. Secure long-term shipper contracts with predictable lane volume. Achieving annual gross revenue exceeding $250,000. Implementing standardized policies, procedures, and financial controls to support scalable growth and position the company for acquisition, partnership, or semi-absentee ownership. That last part, that long-term objective, I mainly what made me switch it out mine, because as I told you, we finished up writing the book. I made that because I tailored it to that, because I remember what all the fam mentions in the lives and in the comments. And so when we wrote the book, we put that at the end of the book. So I tailored that so that it'll match. Because remember, I told you, I want everything in the lives and the videos, so that people that don't want the book or don't want to buy the course, the information is still on YouTube through all these avenues, because some people learn different. Some people learn through the videos. Some people learn through needing to read and take notes. Some people learn through sit down video peer. Everybody learns different, and so the people that learn different, they requested that. That's why we made that. But as I was finishing up the book, I noticed that, and that's why the long-term objectives, I changed it from mine. The first two, they mirror a bunch of us, and as you've seen already, a lot of the fam has already started working on their long-term objectives, which I love. That's why you see them getting multiple vans. You see them moving up to box trucks. They've already been hitting the weeks. I'm telling you, man, y'all, we winning together over here. I love it. I love it because it all works out. You just have to have the right network around you. Let's see. Where did I stop off at? Oh, okay. Let's start right here. Because the other one, they was replying to each other. Your grandma found a van, 2013 GMC Caravan with CNG fuel system and its low roof. Is it a good van for OTR services? I'm not gonna lie to you. The 20 GMC Sierra, you might find stuff, but the problem with it is the volume of stuff that you're gonna find because of not just loading, but what will fit in there. It'd be great for this if you are able to find those quick hitters, like you see your boy, I get a little small thing, you've seen boxes and all that. But when you go in OTR, and this is just my personal opinion, when you go in OTR, you want to be able to fit whatever may come because sometimes you might get a load. Because remember, you're only looking for that one load. Is it possible? Yes. Will it hurt you volume-wise? Also, yes, because you won't be able to take certain things and you listen your opportunities. And I'm a person that I believe you should make your opportunities vast. Now, don't get me wrong. You can still build relationships with that. It might not necessarily be something that you can do OTR. It might be local. It might be more regional, depending on the location. But to just run all over the United States and not know what your opportunities are going to come up with. Because, for example, the 23 GMC Savannah, you wouldn't be able to take 3 pallets that are 60 inches tall. You see what I'm saying? And that happens from time to time. Like that load, I'm going to use the load from last year. That load that we finished off the year with that went from Little Rock, Arkansas to San Antonio, that military load. You wouldn't have been able to take that. So it's good to get started. But remember, that's why I said don't just stick with one thing. The overall thing is to grow, expand, whatever that goal is, whether it's exit or keep building fleets and all that. Like there's nothing wrong if you want to stay your own boss and that's it to the end and then you quit. There's nothing wrong with that. We more so talk about people that want to scale, find the exit plans, or however they want to build their business. So it is possible, and then you scale after that. So it is a possibility, and you can scale. Just remember, if it fits in there and they don't, you can take it. I'm just talking about long term. If you're talking OTR and all that, yes, it'll work. It just will limit some of your opportunities. So it does work. It'll limit your opportunities, and just understand where you're going to scale to after that, whether it be another van, whether it be a box truck, whether it be you might come across a broker or a dedicated broker. I mean, a direct broker or a direct shipper, and that's all they move, probably paint or something. Then you can get 2 or 3 of them because now you can have a fleet running around here. Everything is possible. You can build it how you want to. Just when you said OTR, it just limits some of the stuff that you possibly can take, but that doesn't mean it won't work. Let's see, where was I at? Green says, if it fit, it ships. Yep, exactly. I'm here, LOL, just listening in. What's going on, True? You here with us, fam. You here with us, fam. No, you not sleeping, just more than me. Let's see. High roof is always best in 10 years or newer. I agree with that. But again, it will work. It's just you're gonna lose out on some of the opportunities. Before I say that, the high roof is because some of us walk around and do stuff and be able to reach across stuff. The main goal is the door, what fits in the door. So the dimensions and number of pallets on the load is on the load post. So not all the time. Sometimes you'll find out that information. Sometimes it's in there, but sometimes it's not. They'll tell you that when you contact them. If it's not posted, call. Hell, I call, and even if it says no calls. But it's tricky because van 8 feet may be different from 8 foot more than the 8 foot Sprinter. That is true. Remember, you got it. That's that video. You got to know that we talked about when we did the measurements and everything. The main thing is between the wheel well and how long your area is. The wheel well, you want to be like the wheel well in the ProMaster is 56 inches, but you want the wheel well to be able to slide a standard pallet in between it. That's how you get multiple pallets. The standard pallet is what, 48 by 48 or something like that. If I think numbers is all in my head, my bad, fam. But that's how you're able to get up to those 3 pallets, depending on the size, van, and all that stuff. I plan on buying a high roof extended wheelbase for a Transit. How much starting capital is enough? I want to start ASAP, but also don't want to set myself up for failure by not saving enough. I'm not going to lie, coming into this game, you want to have between 15 to 20 bands. Now, if you have, that's if it's just you. If you have additional income just rolling in on a regular basis, you possibly can get away with 5 to 10. And I say 5 to 10, I mean, that's not including the van. I mean, like 5 to 10 set aside for like maintenance, because you got to think startup costs. You're going to have it. If you're going with your MC number, you got to think about the 300 for the MC. We got talked about insurance. Insurance is going to require a down payment, and the down payment is normally the same as your monthly payment. So say your insurance is $1,200. So out the gate, you're finna have to drop $2,400 on insurance on top of the $300 you just dropped for the FMCSA. So you're already at $2,700. Now you ain't even equipped your band. You're gonna need to have the hard hats, the steel toe boots, the different things, and the straps, all that little stuff adds up real quick, and you'll be at 3,000 before you know it, and you ain't even booked your first load. If you want to do a load board, you're gonna have to pay for the load board. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you got income coming in, steady income, no betting. I'm not talking about little income. I'm talking about steady income coming in. You want to be 5 to 10,000. But if you have nothing coming in and you finna get out there and get it 15 to 20 minimum, because say your first load, God forbid, first load, you go out there and run it and you get a breakdown. We talked about breakdowns on this channel. The 2 breakdowns I had, one was 2,000, one was 3,000. One of them that we fixed that was 2,000 had to get something else fixed on it when it's broke down from after I dropped the load in San Antonio for another 1,800. But luckily I had already dropped the load off and I was just coming home from San Antonio empty. But one of the coils popped on 99 and I had to get it limpid. I'm talking about I was driving on the shoulder with hazard lights, but it was another 1,800. So yeah, 15, 20 bands minimum. Let's see. Dawn uses my cargo tracker book for every load. I bring home the BOLs and she logs them in. It's all the info in the log book. So we talking about the tracker. So the tracker kind of matches. I know we got some new fam in here. I think I got mine. I take that thing earlier. We working, fam. Log book. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's in the description. Mine is with me because I got to finish that last and final video from 2025, and I was comparing numbers, making sure I didn't miss nothing because I want to give y'all all the acronym. Tell y'all now that video is gonna be long, so bear with your boy. Everybody's journey different. I glued this thing together. I would say a great number is 20K. Yep, I started with about 9K, severely underfunded. I started with about 10, but we have income coming in. See what I'm saying? So it all depends on your situation. So you want to start at minimum. I'm saying, like I agree with Rich, 20 bands, 15 to 20 bands. If you did, I can do 9K. It is. Make sure, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll give you a little insight. Make sure if you don't have gear gaps. I tell people all the time. So if something goes wrong, that van goes down, you can hop in your car and still generate money, especially if you're coming in with 9K. And you got to put that in the van to get it fixed or repairs or maintenance, whatever. You can still hop in your car and generate money and keep stacking that bread. We got one of the fam, one of her vans went down and she is generating money through other streams that she's getting it fixed. So yeah, it's all possible. Any recommendations for a business checking account for new LLC? It's up to you. Because of how we travel, It depends on what you're doing as well. I will give you this. This is just because my mama was the FDIC person. You know that in the bank say FDIC. My mama back in the day was the one that used to go to FDIC and audit banks, close down banks, all that stuff. So you want to, depending on if you just staying local, go get your local bank, build that relationship. If you're not, I always suggest credit unions, because when you're traveling around a lot, you don't want your business card to get shut down. And if it's not a credit union, it needs to be a bank that specializes in business stuff, like for example, like a PNC bank. They specialize in business stuff. Chase does as well. They have a whole business sector that's separate than your personal. So you want a bank that either specializes in business stuff, a credit union, because remember, you're running all around in a van and you're gonna be swiping cards a lot, because obviously you got your bank account, but you got a gas card. Like, you want it all. That's a whole nother thing. So yes, but if you just staying local and ain't going nowhere, it's no problem with getting the local business bank account. It was hard, but fair. Oh man, we on site. Yay, fam. That's what I'm talking about. You got there safe, fam. I'm happy for you, man. That's what I'm talking about. Blessings on top of blessings. Mike Jones say start with the basics. Exactly. Go back. The videos start with the basics. The book, it goes from the book is a sped up form of what we talking about now. The book is actually covering stuff we ain't even tapped into yet this year. That's how I'm just wanting to get it to you. Thank you. Please let us know when you're loaded and ETA to the drop. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Let us know. I'm building my business for my grandchildren. Hey, that's part of what we've been talking about tonight, fam. Them goals. Like, they a certain age. What age do you, like, for example, I'm just giving random. If you got a grandchild that's 7 and you want them to graduate high school and walk straight into business, 18, your SMART goals mean your timetable, even though it's 11 years before 18, you already want to have it set up before then. So say 10 years. So 10 years is your timetable to get that thing going. 10 years strong. Your grandkid, the first grandkid that graduate, can walk straight in, because believe it or not, college is great. Don't get me wrong. College degrees are good. Trades are good. This is considered a trade. So if you build a business that's a trade and your family can walk straight into it, I love it. That's, I'm all about family. Transit 254 Connect, good starting point. A good starting point is, what can your money handle? That's just plain and simple. Don't overdo yourself to the point where you buy something and if something goes wrong, we talked, like we mentioned earlier, something goes wrong, something happens and you can't afford it, and now you bought the business as fast as you got into it. Save up your money, buy something that you can handle. And the third thing, remember I told you about the mechanic. What can your mechanic help you with? Don't run out there and get a Sprinter van. You don't have a mechanic, because the Sprinter maintenance is high. And then you got a mechanic, but the mechanic can't work on Sprinter stuff. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of this goes hand in hand. So what can you afford after you save up the entry money to come into the business? And what can your mechanic help you with? And what's the little stuff you probably can fix on your own that you don't need help with? Do you mean transit? Because the Connect is pretty small. I'm thinking you mean transit as well. Ford Connect is for some city stuff. That's small. You're doing medical courier stuff like samples and all that stuff. So I'm thinking you mean transit. Good call. Good quick catch, Quiz. I appreciate y'all, fam. I plan on starting in the transit as well, looking towards being at 25K with a 3-month age authority before starting. If don't nobody know what's going on, because I know people ask about make sure ship and all that. We're gonna get some of that in the community once we get it over there. But Cole, if I can just give you hand claps once again, Cole is following the plan. Me and Cole and I had like 4 or 5, I don't even know at this point, 4 or 5 one-on-ones every step of the way. One of the one-on-ones that we had tonight, I say tonight because it was midnight when I had the one-on-one. Yeah, fam, we stay up around here. I'm helping how we can. The one-on-one I had today was like the second time called, and we got another one booked already. But Cole is going step by step by step. It's a blueprint. That's the book. The book is actually named The Cargo Van Business Blueprint, by the way, when it does drop. No dualies. Yes, thank you. I forgot to say that. We talked about wheelbase. The dually tires don't allow a pallet to fit a standard pallet to fit between it. Thank you. Good catch, Night Global. Man, don't get a dually. Do not get a good dually. A standard pallet doesn't fit between the wheel wells. They talking about that drop off and pickup thing. It would happen, Cole. The prize is in the patient. Oh, trust me, Cole is patient, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Because I think me and Cole, correct me if I'm wrong. I think our first call was what? Last summer? This past summer, like 2025, summer 2025. I think that was our first call. It probably could have been before that. I can't remember. I was on the road. I remember it. I was on the road. I was in a hotel room. I just can't remember the month. But and we talking about Cole. We showed the video with the truck and everything, the MC and all that. That was what last week, a week or two ago. Cole been on that ground for what, 6-7 months before we even got to the vehicle. Just saying, fam, like it takes time. And when it happens, it happens. And it speeds up as time goes. You know how they say that making that first 10,000 is hard, but after you make that first 10,000, it ain't nothing to make 10,000. We've been 10,000 a month is nothing around here. Y'all know that. And they say making that first 100K is rough, but after you make a first 100K, I remember when I was hearing the number 100K, it was like, what in the world? Who makes that? That wasn't even a priority until you make it. And my wife's to the point, she's looking like 100K. When the next couple million? 100K, that's 2011. Don't know what it looked like under that ever since. Once you make it, it's time to go to the next level. You'll get what I'm saying. We gonna get that together. Maybe I need more than 9K. I'm trying to tell you, you actually do, but it's doable if you have income coming in from somewhere else. I'm new, gonna binge your videos for sure and take notes. Yeah, but I advise that. Don't I don't want you to waste your time or money. Don't book a one-on-one until you go through them videos, because it does you no good to get on there and ask the questions of stuff that you need to go through the videos. That way it gives you, it rewires your brain so you know what to start asking, know what to start looking for. And I don't want you to waste your time or money doing a one-on-one. So go through the videos first. But 9K, again, it's doable if you have income source coming in from somewhere else. If you don't have no other income source, I don't think that's a good idea. I broke down the Shreveport, and it costs a total of $5K to get it towed and fixed. That would have ate that 9K up real fast. Well, really, by the time I just told you the insurance and all that stuff, you had already been down to $6. The $5, now you left with $1,000. So you got enough gas to pray you can get a load that starts building it back up. And you don't want that undue stress, because that's the fastest way to get kicked out the game. Do you need a log book for a van? No, you don't. That's just that book was just something we made because when you know how it is, fam. When you're out there running, I don't have time to pull out the computer and punch in numbers every single time. So what I do is I log the numbers as I get them from the BOLs, the deadhead mile, because I keep track of everything. I'm still old school. Deadhead miles, when I'm spending on the road, it's quick to add it up on my phone and just write the numbers in the book. And so when I do get back to the house or on the weekend, if I'm OTR, I can sit and punch the numbers into the tracker versus after every load trying to pull the tracker out. It's not a trucker type logbook for hours for keeping track of what you have done thus far. Yeah, so I'm playing catch up. I have a Navy Federal Credit Union business account. I like them. Yep, I got Navy Federal and USA, but that's the military. Yep, Navy Federal Credit Union is great credit union. Yep, I got them as well, so I know what you're talking about. But yeah, because I'm gonna explain the credit union part, especially the military side. The reason I like them and have them like that is because, again, we might be in Thailand for the first time, and I know y'all told me to show y'all. Me and the wife will work something out. We got clips and videos all over the place over the years. But one of the reasons I like the credit union because we travel a lot, especially internationally. So we don't like getting places and cars don't work. It happened before. And so ever since then, I'm big on credit unions because we travel a lot. So again, personal business together so you can have a personal business, multiple business accounts, because we have multiple business accounts, but multiple credit unions like Navy Federal Credit Union. And it just makes it easier when you're moving stuff around because, believe it or not, we're here, I'm working, family's working, I got videos of them working, but this turns into business and pleasure because tax purposes. We'll talk about that another time. BG offers consulting and mentoring. Look into it because I appreciate you, fam. Take notes as you watch the videos because you might have questions. Agreed. And you can make the comments in the videos. I catch them as I sit down. I'm being more intentional this year. So I'm caught up on all the comments. So I answer the comments in the videos as you go around and watch them. So make notes and you can ask in the videos as well. First call was towards the end of the summer. Yep, I remember. I believe. I'll be there. I'll be here with the fam every step of the way. And we want you here. We want you here with us, fam. Look at the wife chiming in. Hi, guys. Good evening. She been over there doing schoolwork. Good. That baby boy, he still got to get his school in. So we can hit the streets. We still on vacation. Let's see. Stride Express. Yes, I love it. The Quicks hollering at the wifey. Make sure when you get your extended warranty, you get unlimited miles and tell them it's for personal. I keep business and personal insurance on the van. Agreed. I got the same thing. Watched every live and all the videos before the first one-on-one. Definitely start binging the content if you're serious. Welcome to the fam. Yes, welcome to the fam. Hey to the Quicks. I was home. I'm playing catch up. I'm sorry. I just told them you was homeschooling. Playing catch up. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, you use the tracker for your numbers. I just write it all on the Raycon. Yes. So the reason I've used the book, because I used to do that too. I used to write it all on the Raycon, but this is me, not you. They start getting out of order and all that because I keep receipts and everything as well. At least until I get them home and get them uploaded. But what I liked about the tracker, because at the end of the year, it went in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The lows did. So when I'm looking and verifying the worksheet versus this, at first when I was doing the paper, the first year, I was like, where'd that paper go? I was filling all around. But now when I transcribe it to the book, I can file the paperwork away until we scan it in the computers or whatever like that for big tax purposes. But then I can take, like you just seen, when it's time for me to hit the road and I'm working, I don't have to pull around all those papers and receipts. I just take the book with me. And then I write everything down in the book. Because even though it's a cargo van tracker, as we do expenses on this trip, because of tax purposes, I write them in the book so I don't have to keep it with all these receipts and numbers from the business stuff that we do while we're here. It's already in the book. So when I get to the tracker for 2026, it's already in there. Like, y'all remember I went on different retirements and different stuff like that. All of those mean stuff because some of those retirements, like one of them was my mentee. He was one of those people that I mentored over the years, done stuff with. So it was a business expense. It didn't make sense. That's why I used the book. Let's see. That's why I bought a new one, because I didn't want to deal with costly breakdowns while learning. It had its pros and cons. Yes, talking about the van. So yeah, I think, yep, I'm all caught up. So yeah, fam, we caught up in them comments. Man, I think we hit a new record by 2 minutes. An hour and 37 minutes on the live. Let's talk tax purposes. What can you write off? I got you. That's in one of the upcoming videos. I got you, fam. I got you, because I'm going to explain it, because it's going to take longer than just a few minutes. The wife just said something. You can use it for the box truck too. Yes, she made one for y'all too. So yeah. All the links are in the description. All the books for the cargo van tracker, and the box truck tracker. The links to the one-on-ones, the personal development books, from like the Gift Seekers to Time to Focus to the 365 Days to Success. The 365 Days Success book, that's only going to be up through the rest of this year, because I'm pulling that one down. So if you want an original, you got to get that one, because I'm pulling that down because I got an idea that I'm revamping. It's going to be almost similar, but I'm revamping that book. I'm pulling it down, but it's an OG original. I'm pulling that down at the end of this year so that I can revamp it to be more tailored, because when I wrote it, it was more so like, because people that sit at their desk and all that, but I'm finna revamp it because I know we be out on the road. I know we want to go in a professional environment. So if you're on the road or going to a business, talking business, I'm going to rewrite it. So don't worry. I'm going to revamp it. But if you want an OG copy, go on, get your OG copy. All the links is in the description. And I'm going to because I got the book coming out. When the book comes out, I'll let y'all know. And I'm going to get the community up and running. Give me about a week or so, because it's stuffing. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but like even StreamYard, all this stuff, like even community getting up and running, that stuff costs money. So I gotta talk to people that's probably stateside now because I'm overseas. I gotta talk on the phone to people that walk me through certain things so we build it so it works best for us. But don't worry. When it gets all said and done, I'm gonna let you know. But as far as us, now we're at 1:39. So by the time we get through closing this thing out, we're gonna be at a new record for how long we've been on this live. So yeah, gonna shut it down. I know some of y'all got them Friday pickups, Monday drop-offs. Some of the fam already at they drop-offs, the drop-off for Monday. Some got to pick up on Monday. So either way it go, I want y'all to be safe. But you already know what time it is. It's that final hour. So close your eyes and bow them heads unless you drive. Stay safe. So close my eyes and bow them heads. Lord God, we once again, even with everything going on in this world, stop by to say thank you because you helped us make it through another week successfully, to not just come together and talk together and build together as one, but to win together as one. We ask that you help keep everybody safe with all this inclement weather that's going on around the world, especially in the United States. Keep everybody safe while they're on those dangerous highways and byways. Keep everybody safe, whether it be by air, ground, or sea, till we all can meet again. Help everybody take the information that we talked about tonight and be able to use it to it's beneficial to them, to not just help them grow and succeed, but build something for their self and as many other family have for their future generations to come. We ask that you continue to watch over and keep us and bless us and let the success continue to rain down on us. We ask these and many more blessings in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. And just like that, fam, I'm going to check one more time. Make sure I ain't missed no comments. Let's see. Rich, loaded. Please let us know the quick dispatch queue. Hey, I like that. Let's see. One more, Graham. My dispatcher gave me part of the business, so now I'll be dispatching. I love it. When you get it up and running, let us know. We'll definitely shout it out on here because fam, I'll definitely be looking for it. Tenfold, thanks team. LOL. Mike Jones, who? Amen. That's what I'm talking about, fam. We are unloaded. We are unloaded by a person. It's 7:43 p.m. out 9 a.m. No damage, one piece. Please update Raycon for detentions. Please see attached. That's what I'm talking about. Amen. As Cole says it. As Cole says it. Amen. Stay blessed, fam. And on that note, we is finna be out, fam. So y'all stay safe in that weather. It was great talking to y'all. We finna go have some fun first, but then got some work to do. Gonna get some videos out for y'all this week. So a video will come in outside of our accountability video. Got some stuff to come. Gonna work on these books, work on this community, and we're gonna get this thing built so we can have a 2026 that none of us even thought we can have without God's intervention. So y'all stay safe, especially in this weather. Y'all stay hungry and y'all work on them goals and objectives. And we're gonna start talking about the strategic part of that next live on next Sunday. But as far as your boy, I'm out. We about to roll out. So a video will be dropping first. So until the next video, y'all stay blessed.